Hi students, we completed anatomy or structure of human respiratory system in previous class. Today we discuss respiration. Today we discuss the respiration. The process of in man the process of respiration includes breathing. So in man the process of respiration includes breathing. Here the term respiration and breathing are not synonymous. Are not synonymous. Small differences are occurs between respiration and breathing. So now we discuss differences between respiration and breathing. First, what is breathing? The movement of fresh movement of air inside and outside of the respiratory organs is called breathing. So the movement of air inside and outside of the respiratory organs. Here, respiratory organs means like lungs, gills, etc. So the movement of air inside and outside of the respiratory organs, like lungs, is called breathing. What is respiration? The oxidation of food to form H2O, CO2 and chemical energy is called respiration. So the oxidation of food to form H2O, CO2 and chemical energy is called respiration. The oxidation of food to form H2O, CO2 and chemical energy is called respiration. Next, the breathing occurs outside of the body cell. So breathing is extracellular. So it occurs outside of the body cells. So it is called extracellular cellular. So breathing occurs outside of the body cells. So it is extracellular. Respiration occurs inside the cells. Inside the cells. So it is intracellular. It occurs inside the body cells. So it is intracellular. Intracellular. Breathing is physical process. Breathing is physical process. Breathing is physical process. In this process, air enter into the lungs and sending it out of the lungs. So it is, our breathing is a physical process. But respiration is biochemical process. Biochemical process. In this process, the food is oxidized. The O2 combines with food inside the cells to produce energy. So it is biochemical process. It is biochemical process. Next, in this process, energy is not released, rather energy utilized or used. So energy, in this process, energy does not release, rather energy is energy used. So in the breathing mechanism, energy does not release. So, but it uses energy. Respiration, energy is released in this process. Energy is released. Biochemical energy is released in the form of ATP. In the form of ATP. So, in the respiration mechanism of respiration, energy is released in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. In this mechanism, no enzymes has involved. So no enzyme has involved. In this process, large number of enzymes are involved. Large number of enzymes are involved. So these are the differences between breathing and respiration. Next, respiration involves the following steps. First one is breathing or pulmonary ventilation, by which atmospheric air is drawn in and CO2 rich alveolar air is released out. Next, second one, diffusion of gases across alveolar membrane. So, in breathing, air enter into lungs. Second one is diffusion of gases O2 and CO2 across alveolar membrane. So, the O2 O2 enter into blood through alveolar membrane by simple diffusion. At the same time, CO2 from blood diffuse into alveoli through alveolar membrane by simple diffusion. Next, third one, transport of gases by the blood. The O2 and CO2 transport between lungs and blood through lungs and tissues through blood. So blood carries respiratory gases between lungs and tissues. Next, fourth one, diffusion of O2 and CO2 between blood and tissues. So the O2 is carried by blood to tissues. At the tissues, the O2 diffuse into tissues from blood. At the same time, the CO2 from tissues diffuse into blood. So, diffusion of O2 and CO2 between blood and tissues. Next, utilization of O2 by the cells for catabolic reactions and resultant release of CO2. When the CO2 diffuse into when the O2 diffuse into cells, the O2 involved in the catabolic reactions like oxidative reactions to produce energy and also CO2. So these are the 5 steps or the respiration. So respiration involves these 5 steps. First we discuss breathing or pulmonary ventilation. Now we discuss mechanism of breathing. What is breathing? Taking air into the lungs. Taking air into the lungs and sending it out of the lungs is called breathing. So taking air into the lungs and sending it out of the lungs is called breathing. In man, a healthy human being can breathe 12 to 16 times per minute. So a healthy human being can breathe 12 to 16 times per minute. The mechanism of breathing involves alternate expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity. So, the mechanism of breathing involves alternate expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity. Why the thoracic cavity? Expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity involves in the mechanism of breathing. Because first, the important point is the two lungs of a man located in the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity. The thoracic cavity, the contraction and relaxation of the expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity is important to breathing. Important to breathing. The air enter into the lungs and sending it out of the lungs is depends on pressure or volume of the depends depends on the thoracic cavity. So the mechanism of breathing is depends on volume or size of the thoracic cavity. So the expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity is important to breathing. Now I explain this. Thoracic cavity is bounded by bounded anterior by neck, posterior by diaphragm, dorsally by vertebral column, or backbone, ventrally by sternum, laterally by ribs. So our thoracic cavity is bounded anterior. This is thoracic cavity. It is bounded anterior by neck, posterior by diaphragm, dorsally by vertebral column or backbone, ventrally by sternum. Sternum is a small bone. It is located mid-thorax here. So ventrally by sternum, laterally by ribs. So the thoracic cavity is bounded by anterior by neck, posterior by diaphragm, dorsally by vertebral column or backbone, ventrally by sternum, and laterally by ribs. So thoracic cavity is airtight chamber. Airtight chamber. So these are the two lungs. This is thoracic cavity. So it is this is diaphragm. Diaphragm is a thin layer. It is located between thoracic cavity and abdomen. So diaphragm separates the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. It possesses muscles called phrenic muscles. So diaphragm contains phrenic muscles. Phrenic muscles. Next, between the ribs. Muscles are present called external, internal intercostal muscles. Between the ribs, external and internal intercostal muscles. So diaphragm possesses phrenic muscles. Between the ribs, external and internal intercostal muscles are present. So the mechanism of breathing involves alternate expansion and contraction of the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity is bounded anteriorly by neck, posteriorly by diaphragm, dorsally by vertebral column or backbone, ventrally by sternum, and laterally by ribs. Diaphragm possesses phrenic muscles. External and internal intercostal muscles are present between the ribs. So next, the breathing. Each breathing movement contains two components, or the mechanism of breathing is completed by two events such as inspiration or inhalation and expiration or exhalation. So each breathing movement has two components, or each breathing movement completed by two events such as inspiration or inhalation and expiration and or exhalation. So each breathing movement is completed by these two events. First we discuss inspiration or inhalation. What is inspiration or inhalation? Taking of air into the lungs from atmosphere is called inspiration or inhalation. So taking of air into the lungs from atmosphere is called inspiration or inhalation. Inspiration occurs if the pressure within the lungs or intrapulmonary pressure is less than that of atmospheric pressure. So, the inspiration or inhalation process occurs if the pressure within the lungs or intrapulmonary pressure is less than that of atmospheric pressure. The inspiration or inhalation involves, or the inspiration or inhalation process is active process. Active process. Active process means utilization of energy. It's called active process. So, inspiration or inhalation process, energy is used. So, the active inspiration or inhalation is active process. It involves contraction of the muscles of diaphragm and ribs. So, inspiration or inhalation is an active process as it involves the contraction of muscles of diaphragm and ribs. First, before contraction of the diaphragm, it is in dome shaped. It is in dome shape. The dome shaped diaphragm enter into thoracic cavity. Now, during inspiration or inhalation, the phrenic muscles of diaphragm undergoes contraction. Makes the diaphragm flat. It moves to abdominal cavity from thoracic cavity. Now, the volume of the thoracic cavity increases between antero-posterior side. At the same time, the external intercostal muscles of ribs undergoes contraction. The contraction of the external intercostal muscles of ribs lift up the ribs and sternum away from the backbone or vertebral column. So, contraction of external intercostal muscles of ribs lift up the sternum and ribs away from the backbone or vertebral column. So now the contraction of external intercostal muscles of ribs, the sternum and ribs moves forward. Now the volume of the thorax is increased dorsoventral axis. So, contraction of phrenic muscles of diaphragm increases the thoracic volume between antero-posterior axis. Contraction of external intercostal muscles of ribs increases the thoracic volume between dorsoventral axis. So now the volume of the thorax increases in all direction, anterior, posterior and dorsoventral axis. So the volume of thorax cavity is increases in all direction. It causes similarly increase in the pulmonary volume or lung volume. When the thoracic volume is increased, automatically the volume of the lungs also increases. Pressure in the lungs is decreased. It is less than that of atmosphere. Now the pressure in the lungs is less than atmosphere. Now air forces into the lungs through external nostrils, nasal chambers, internal nostrils, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and finally enter into lungs. So the O2 air enter into lungs in the inspiration or inhalation. So this is the process of inspiration or inhalation. Next, expiration or exhalation. What is expiration or exhalation? Sending the air from the lungs to outside is called expiration or exhalation. Sending the air from lungs to outside is called expiration or exhalation. Expiration or exhalation occurs. Pressure within the lungs is higher than that of atmosphere. So expiration or exhalation occurs if the pressure within the lungs is higher than that of atmosphere. Here expiration or exhalation is passive process. Passive process. It involves relaxation of the muscles of diaphragm and ribs. So it is passive expiration is passive process. It involves relaxation of the phrenic muscles of diaphragm and muscles of ribs. In this mechanism or in this process, the phrenic muscles of the diaphragm undergoes relaxation. The flat diaphragm makes the diaphragm dome shape. The dome shaped diaphragm moves into thoracic cavity. Now the volume of the thoracic cavity decreases antero-posterior axis or side. So during expiration, the phrenic muscles of diaphragm undergoes contraction. The contraction of phrenic muscles of diaphragm makes the diaphragm dome shape. The dome shaped diaphragm moves or enter into thoracic cavity. Now the volume or size of the thoracic cavity will be decreases. At the same time, external intercostal muscles of ribs also relax. also relaxed. The relaxation of external intercostal muscles, the sternum and ribs moves downwards, moves downwards in its original position. When the ribs and sternum moves downwards or moves its original position, the size or volume of the thoracic cavity decreases between dorsal ventral axis. Dorsal-ventral axis. Now, the volume of the thoracic cavity decreases in all direction, anterior-posterior and dorso-ventrally. The thoracic cavity, size of the thoracic cavity or volume of the thoracic cavity is decreases. It causes pressure, it causes volume of the lungs is also decreases. It causes the pressure within the lungs is also decreases. When the size or volume of the lungs is decreased, the pressure is increased. Pressure is increased. Now, pressure within the lungs is high than that of atmosphere. Now, the air within the lungs moves outwards through bronchioles, bronchi, trachea, larynx, pharynx, internal nostrils, nasal chambers, and external nostrils. So, during the expiration, air passes out from the lungs to outside. So, this is the expiration or exhalation process. So, this is the mechanism of breathing. Breathing mechanism completed two events, inspiration and expiration. Inspiration, air, in the inspiration process, air enter into lungs. In the expiration process, air is sending out. So this is the process or mechanism of breathing.